Hi and welcome to the workshop. Got something a little bit different for you. The next several videos probably, taking us up towards Christmas. It's a restoration job that's come in. Anyway, I'll tell you a bit more about that. So I've just had this pair of lovely low back dining chairs. This is a pair out of a set of 4 in a teak dining set by McIntosh for the 1960s. They really are quite nice, but they've been savaged a little bit, and you'll see that there are some stretchers that are missing, bottom rails, and if I come in closer you'll see more damage that's been done to them. So you can see the lower rails have been completely bitten through by the dog. They're actually all loose in the joints. And some of the other joints actually on the chair are loose. So there's a bit more work to do than originally I thought. Now on the other chair, it's a little bit worse. Where the rails come away, there's some bite marks around the mortise. But the real action went on the other side of the chair. Quite extensive tooth mark damage. There is no mortise left where there should be one. And that's mirrored over here on the front leg as well. It is quite extensive. Exactly what the best repair would be for that, I'm still pondering on, and that really brings me to the point of the video. I'm thinking that I'm going to be taking this on as very much perhaps an hour or two a week, do a little bit at a time for the next few weeks, months, however long it takes. And I thought it might be something to follow along with on the channel. So you're going to be seeing a lot more of these in forthcoming videos. Actually, these two aren't too bad, but that joint, front leg, is loose. And let me turn it around. You can see quite clearly that these are loose. So there's a bit of work to do on those as well. The other chair, actually with less bite marks, damage in that sense, has got looser joints. That's a little project that we'll be getting on with in the weeks to come. So one of the first things I want to do, both to protect them whilst they're in the workshop and to assess just how loose the rear legs are, how loose any of the legs are and the frame is to remove the seat. Which is a fairly easy job. And that feels as though that blocking in the corner is loose as well, so and this happens to chairs, you know, they get sat on incorrectly, rocked back on, and the joints fail. It does happen, no matter how well they're constructed in the first place. It certainly feels as though these screws have been out a few times, so I might find some old repairs whilst I'm looking. So I'll put that to one side, look after it. I know the back legs are loose, so I'm just going to loosen off the blocks to see whether the glue's given up on both sides. Go around, check all those blocks, check all the glue for those. I've got all these mortises where the rails have come out. Got to clean those out, get back to fresh wood on those. Obviously got to make up some new rails. I can hardly do a repair to this. Now I'm marking all the parts for one chair with the same letter. So even if the parts aren't interchangeable, at least I can put them back in the same place as they came from and I won't get confused. So as I thought, that's loose as well, so definitely got that to fix. That should tighten up the rear leg, which we know is loose. That allows us to get the lower rails in a lot easier. It just opens up and there's just more and more things that need something doing to them. It just takes a little bit longer, but we shall get there. So I know this is loose. It's not falling apart, but it is a tight joint that is just loose. Tight joint that's loose doesn't make sense, does it? A tight joint where the glue has failed. But the nice thing is, although the glue's failed, the joint is still quite tight. I'm going to have to either use my expanders to press the joint apart or keep knocking it until it comes apart. And that means that I can clean the surfaces up from glue. The joint will still be nice and snug and get some glue on there, and it should produce a good bond when it goes back together. So having taken apart the rear leg joint, it looks to me as though this has been re-glued with some probably hide glue, liquid hide glue maybe. So maybe quite recently. And underneath it looks as if there might have been a aliphatic resin type glue originally gluing it together. But either way, these dowels are very much starved of glue, so it's no great surprise to me that it's loose. So I've got to clean off all this old glue. It's coming off very easily just scraping with a chisel. You don't want to remove any of the wood itself, so just get back to fresh wood. Just get that glue off. So there's something for the new glue to bond to. It's almost as though they've used this hide glue to kind of fill the gap where the joint didn't go together properly. Probably because they didn't clear out the bottom of the dowel holes. To be honest, I think they must have forgotten to put any glue on the dowels. They're absolutely bone dry. There's no evidence I can see down the holes of glue. It was hanging on by a wing and a prayer and the glue block in the corner. Anyway, I can't concentrate on doing this whilst I'm talking to you, so I shall get on and show you it a little bit later. So that's basically what I'm going to be doing for several videos probably in the future. Getting those repairs done, getting the chairs back in a usable state so the client's happy with them. If these two go well, I'll get the other two in and get those done as well. Really the value of the chairs has pretty much been lost by all the damage that's happened to them. But hopefully I can introduce a bit more value back into them. They are nice chairs. Originally they would have been, you know, really desirable. And well, let's see what we can do to them. Anyway, I hope you're going to enjoy that content, and I'll see you again soon. Cheerio.